Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lunar, and good evening or good morning, depending on which time of day you're watching this. And today is a first ever anywhere to where it's a Tri-comm. Well, that's not normal. That's been done before. But not only that, but we are also all playing Call of Duty Ghosts at the same time. I'm joined by two special guests. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Go ahead, Aaron.
What's going on, everyone? Evil here with my buddies, and yeah, gonna do this Tri-comm.
I don't think I have an official YouTube name yet, but I'm Chris, the infamous Chris.
There you have
He
it.
will have a YouTube eventually.
I will. Well, I have one. I just don't use it yet.
And today's topic is, well, what do you know? Our first impressions of Call of Duty Ghosts. So, Blair, why don't you go and kick it off and start us off with what your first impressions are from this game so far?
So far, after about a day and a half of playing it constantly, like I think I put a good 14, 15 hours in the multiplayer already. Um, and playing Extinction and squads and everything else that's in this game. It's a lot of fun. I'm loving it. The sniping is really good. The only thing I don't like though is the fact that assault rifles and submachine guns, well, assault rifles mainly, they can kill you cross map like two shots, and that's really. Oh crap!
Yeah,
Stop behind me.
you seem
Shit,
to
get turned
die
on.
very quickly in this game.
You do.
Like it's not a bad thing, but it's also not a good thing.
And the maps, some of the maps are a little big.
Little bit.
Cough, cough. Stonehaven. That has. It doesn't even need a right to be that big, but it is.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's-
from what I heard is that on the next gen console, I don't know what
Ground War?
the team size are in this game. Well, yeah, that. But I guess next gen consoles are going to be able to support like native like 9v9. Like, it's usually 6v6 teams. I guess native on the Xbox One and PS4, it's going to support 9v9 instead of the usual 6v6. So I think the maps are the size of them are more meant to be played on a next gen console rather, an Xbox 360 or a PS3. But yeah, just my 2 cents.
Like all in all, though, that actually does make sense. But all in all,
Yeah.
I think what they should do is, in a way, like when they come out with DLC, at least for the 360 and PS3, release smaller maps, or add ground war to it. Because with the lack of the big teams, like the big maps are kind of ridiculous.
Ah,
Yeah, so I hear that there's going to be more of a focus on ground war this time around. Like they want people to play like more team-based games, I guess. Like instead of just TDM and shit. Like they want people to
That
play
would-
more objective-based games. So
that
that
would
kind of
definitely explain
also-
search and rescue, though.
Yeah, and
Like
it
the whole,
definitely
like,
also adds
saga.
on to the whole big map thing and like having big maps because I feel anyway that objectives are way more fun with bigger maps.
yes. Yes. Yes.
That's just me though.
So those are your guys' first impressions, eh?
I got one more thing to
Yeah.
add. I'm definitely loving the field orders, especially the one where you humiliate your enemy. That's a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
People were confused about what you have to do, but what you actually have to do is if you do get that and you kill somebody, just run up and teabag them, and then you'll get the field order done.
Really?
Yep.
Pretty much.
I was
That's
actually
very
talking to
interesting.
one of my good friends, Smacks Envy. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's a designer for Envious. I was talking to him. He asked, he was just like, well, he asked on Skype, he was like, well, what's the humiliation field order? Because he was trying to figure out what it was. And I was just like, you just got to teabag him. I like being 100% serious, too.
I like
That's
that.
great.
But yeah,
Oh gosh. Yeah, but for me, the first impressions, I really am enjoying this so far. Like though I've been playing a lot, and when I mean a lot, I mean I haven't slept in the past 40 something hours or so, and I took a little mini 4-hour nap to rejuvenate, I guess you could say, and then I started gaming, and I was just like, all right, let's do this. We're on a grind. We're gonna get better at sniping, and that's my goal. That's my goal right now, just to get better at sniping. But other than that, the rest of my first impressions is everything is really good. There's like a lot of stuff I do like about this game, and one of them is obviously not just the sniping, but the fact that assault rifles are now have the power over the SMGs again, and I liked it like that. especially when it came to COD 4. I mean, SMGs and assault rifles at that time, I thought they were pretty balanced. So it was like, you had the M16, which was a beast of an assault rifle, and then you had the MP5, which was just like you can run around and rush and all that
Yeah,
good
that
stuff.
was.
But then after that game, they started doing, which one was better, SMG or assault rifle, and SMG were usually more preferred, not then after COD 4. So now that
Like
they've
there,
brought
there,
back,
there were a few assault rifles that stood out, though, like the ACR from Modern Warfare 2.
oh yeah, definitely, yeah, the ACR from Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 were great, and then I don't know, somewhere down the line of Black Ops and Black Ops 2, they were just like, all right, SMGs need more power, so they gave them the power again. And I was just like, no, 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 don't do that. I mean, if you're gonna give them power, at least have the assault rifles like really good. You had the FAMAS in Black Ops 1, and you also had actually, I don't. Oh, yeah, the M8 in Black Ops 2, but a majority of the time, if someone knows what they're doing and they have an SMG, usually they'd win the gunfight if they know what they're doing. Like if they can rush pretty hard, play tactically at the same time and just beast with an SMG, then usually they know what they're doing. But with this game, it's like, yeah, they brought back power to the assault rifles. I like that, and yeah, I mean the only negative thing I don't like right now is just the health. Like you die super fast, and then people have already talked about it. But for the sniper rifles, it's like if you have a sniper, you gotta make every shot count, because after that first shot, you're guaranteed a death. Like it's without a doubt. Like even the noob, if you miss a noob, as soon as he spots, he's gonna start spraying, and just a couple shots is all it's gonna take for him to take you out. So it's like, man, you know, it's kind of unfair, but at the same time, I can kind of see why they did it. I feel like the sniping computer, they were just like OP, or it was just like saturated that with so many snipers, and that wasn't the whole point of Call of Duty in the first place. Like back in like the beginning of COD, you snipers, like what's that, back at that time, and then because of the foundation of it from Optic Gaming and all that, everybody started doing it, and they were just like, oh, I want to snipe too, and yeah,
Yeah, I think there's this I guess sort of fascination with sniping because like in real life, a sniper is like a one-shot kill weapon, and you usually can't really like it's almost like an invincible warrior type the persona that they have built up around them. And I think that's what kind of attracts so many players to want to snipe, and why the Call of Duty games over time have become a little saturated with sniper rifles and shit. um, yeah.
And what it feels like what Infinity Ward tried to do with this is they dumbed down aim assist. Like it's still there, like
Yeah.
you can tell it's there, but it's to the point to where like you have to, like it's not gonna. It only comes on after you're fully aimed in. Like it's not
Yep.
activating as you're aiming in. Like in previous games, to where like you can have scope in, and the aim assist already activates. Like you have to be completely scoped in now.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
yep.
And
I
with
mean, you
the
can
with the
get
dual
lucky.
render scope, it makes it's a lot slower of a drag too. So it puts the
Well,
premium
so what
on
I've
being
noticed,
precise.
what I've noticed is that I mean, because I started playing Modern Warfare 3 shortly after they announced Ghosts, just because I wanted to get back into the swing of things. But for Modern Warfare 3, the aim assist was exactly the same. Infinity Ward, I feel in general, has always been I guess a little bit more hardcore with their aim assist, and really not giving kind of relying more of a gun-on-gun skill and aiming skill, rather assisting the player or whatever, or being a little bit more noob friendly. But yeah.
Dang, that is true. I said the dang part because I turned on this guy like pretty bad, but um, not talking about my gameplay. I
How did I miss?
I agree with a lot of what other people were saying about their first impressions. Like,
Fuck.
oh snap! Like the whole YouTube thing being oversaturated and sniping, and um, there are people who disagree with the whole sniping thing. Like they don't like it. And there's a lot of people that hating Ghost right now. Like I think this is worse than Black Ops 2 when Black Ops 2 was released. Like I remember Black Ops 2 midnight launch. You know, there were a million players online that night. I was like, no effing way. Like, can they really? You know, can like servers really handle all this? And surprisingly, it did. Even though people had connection issues and all that good stuff, but like with Ghost, you know, it wasn't even released yet, and people were talking smack about it. I was like, damn, people really hate
It's
Ghost.
definitely different.
Well,
It's definitely
Yeah,
different.
you know what it is that I feel like I mean like Treyarch I feel in general have been having to kind of build themselves up since Call of Duty 3. Like they've had to find some way to please the player just be or not Call of Duty. Was it Call of Duty 3? The one they failed at.
yeah, Treyarch.
Um
Treyarch failed Call of Duty 3.
yeah. And I feel like
Yeah.
they've been trying really hard to please the player, which is awesome, you know, because they do a lot of what we want and everything. But I think that's why a lot of people liked Black Ops 2 over this because Black Ops 2 pleased the player so well, and this is kind of like a whole new world. You know, people got comfortable with it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And with
Speaking of
this,
Black Ops
it's
2,
like,
where I was, sorry to cut you off there, but
oh, it's no problem.
speaking of Black Ops 2, when I was waiting for the midnight release, people were talking about on how like being a sniper, like sniping all the time. You had those people in Black Ops 2 that ran around with LMGs and stuff like that, and just basically being a douchebag to people, and we really pissed most snipers off, and actually even the patch I did and things like that, and people were talking at the midnight release here. It's like, well, you know, I might go, if I don't like this game, I'm gonna go back to Black Ops 2, grab my LMG with the target finder, plant down my riot shield, and just go to town. I was just like, aw, those kids. But yeah, you're right though. Treyarch definitely is more player friendly. But Infinity Ward definitely hits the mark though to the fact that like if you look at all the Treyarch games, like first Black Ops, World at War, Black Ops 2, if you get shot in the back, you still have time to turn around
Oh
and
yeah.
and take him out. Infinity War games, especially Modern Warfare 3, and even this game shows it a lot. Like you can still turn on somebody if their aim is really bad. Like that's the only way. If their
Yep.
aim is ridiculously bad, it's the only way you can turn on them. Other than that, if they're accurate, you're done. Same thing with
Yep.
the sniper rifle. You miss one shot, if they're accurate, you're done.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like it's a double-edged sword because you know, there's less, I guess, hit markers in general with the Infinity Ward games, but it's also like that much more frustrating when you're like around the corner and like you still die, you know. And then like people can blame lag comp all they want, but if it had, you know, that gun mechanic of you know the Treyarch games where it takes like that one more bullet to kill you, I think it would go a long way. But I mean, otherwise, like killing people, like mowing people down really quickly, like if you have great aim, it's no problem. It's no problem. Like I don't see it as much of an issue. But I mean, I think
It
in
rewards
general,
accuracy.
yeah, I think in general, Infinity Ward games are a lot more hardcore base friendly, and the Treyarch games are a lot more noob friendly. Just with the aim assist and slower killing, and you know the pleasing to players is very friendly to the you know new players of Call of Duty. So yeah,
So
it's too
Blair,
specialist.
what do you think of the whole sniping thing now? Since we were misinformed about the whole aim assist thing, and you know maybe being a little more difficult, which I agree that it is a little more difficult, but it's a good kind of difficult if that makes sense. And I like it. I like it like this. It's pretty sweet. I've finally adjusted my eyes, I guess you could say, to the whole blurring out instead of because you know everybody's used to the whole you scope in and everything's blacked out after that. Now it's blurred out instead of blacked out, and I think it works a lot better that way. So Blair, what do you think?
Yeah. Uh, in a way, I'm kind of disappointed, but at the same time, you know, with them still having aim assist in the game, I'm kind of relieved and disappointed at the same time because when we first found out that we thought that there was gonna be no aim assist, this is why I love Black Ops 2 so much, is the fact that Black Ops 2 gave you the option to turn aim assist off. So once we found out that or thought that there was gonna be no aim assist in Ghost, I immediately went to Black Ops 2, turned off aim assist, and started practicing without aim assist. So in a way, it's again, like Christian said, it's a double-edged sword. You know, it's like you thought you're not gonna have something, but it turns out you do.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna take it out as well, but it it's not too much aim assist, you know. It's a little bit, it's noticeable, but not too noticeable to where it's like if you were to run past like a rock and somebody was hiding behind that rock, you wouldn't be able to tell that they were behind that rock unless you know it was obvious, you know.
Yep.
So
Well, what I've
I think that's
noticed
still good.
what I've noticed is that in Call of Duty games, like they're always people are always saying, "Oh, there's no aim assist in this game" or whatever. The aim assist never truly goes away. I don't think anyway. Like I remember back in Black Ops, I think you and Chris Crazy Legs were always like, "Oh yeah, we play without aim assist."
Yeah,
And then Modern Warfare 3 came out, and you guys were like, "Oh, well, there's no aim assist in Modern Warfare 3." And I was like, "Okay, well, let me start playing Black Ops without aim assist." And then I started doing that. And then when we went to Modern Warfare 3, I played with aim assist off, and it was a lot harder
yeah.
than with aim assist on.
When we turned off aim assist back in Black Ops 1 when we were doing game battles at the time, uh, Chris Crazy Legs and I, we were just like, you know, he's the one who brought out the challenge. Like I played with aim assist off. I was like, oh, you're cool. You're your PC now, and you know, I decided to take up the challenge. Challenge accepted, motherfucker. You know, and
Yeah.
I turned off mine. It was a little bit difficult because I wasn't used to it like I was
Yeah.
with Counter Strike at the time, and what's it called? You know, I got used to it again, and there's still, even if you turn it off, there's still a little bit of aim assist in there. Like most people
Yep.
don't see it or feel it, but there is a little bit, just a little bit, not too much. Like if you were to target on somebody, the average person would probably not notice it, but you know, someone
Like
who's like,
think I would think like think the holographic sight, like with where it's like the ring of the holographic sight, the little circle when you zoom in, like that little ring, that little cluster is probably the amount of aim assist there is, like even with aim assist off. Like that's the sticky point.
yep. So
Uh,
everybody else. So you guys are final with your first impressions. You guys. So overall, what would you guys give this game after a couple hours or a couple days of gameplay? What would you guys say is the final score for this for Call of Duty Ghosts?
Score, I'd
I don't
give it.
know.
Uh,
Anything?
I'm fighting off aliens. Sorry.
Chris?
So I kind of made the mistake of not spoiling myself this year. Like every year, I get very obsessed and I always get online and I look at every key feature and I want to know everything about the game. This year, I didn't want to spoil myself, and it was a mistake because this just so happens to be the year that they like overhauled the entire fucking game and changed the mechanics and like pretty much just flipped it on its head. And now I'm like struggling to find out how, no, or not find out, but struggling to figure out how the squad points work and how perks work and all the other shit that like you're normally used to. And like now I'm just like sitting here struggling trying to figure it all out. I mean, I can always go back and do it, but it's just something I could have done over time over now.
Yeah,
But that being said, it's a great game still. It feels nice, it plays nice, and I'm looking forward to spending more time with it.
that's good. That's good.
Oh shit, they have a turret.
Oh, ow, that hurt, Claymore, and yeah, I'm down 7 points, guys. I'm gonna lose this game. But all right, so overall,
Sadness.
Chris, you'd probably give it what? Maybe an 8.5, 9.
Oh shit, getting shot at. You know what? Give me like 2 or 3 more days, and I'll give you a score. Um, I would still give it like probably a solid 8, just for now. Just for now, though.
Solid 8.
Yeah, solid 8.
And then Blair, what would you give it, man?
Um, with as much as I've played of it so far, with the little complaints, I would give it around like an 8.5 or so.
8.5. All right,
Yeah.
and then with that, my final score, I'd probably give it a 9. That's how. Actually, no, I'd probably give it a 9.5 because the only downside for me is the health. Like that's me. That's just me though. Like
Yes. Yeah. No, it's
anytime I
an
play a
issue
new
for me as
game,
well.
yeah, anytime I play a new game, it's like, oh yeah, new game, it's awesome, and we're only in we only just started, and Optic Midnight made a good point where she was just like in one of her commentaries of COD Ghost, was people complain a lot during the beginning of the life cycle, where you really should be complaining towards the end of its life cycle. And the reason
Yep.
for that is because it just gets stale. You know, all the DLC's out already, and you pretty much done. You know, you've done everything you can in that game. You've explored all the possibilities for yourself. Maybe explored some others, and now you're just waiting for the next Call of Duty. And that's how I feel when when I play Call of Duty for a long time. Like with Black Ops 1, I didn't get tired of that one. I really didn't. I put in 27 days worth of game time on there, and it was awesome. Like it was an achievement for me. Like it felt like an amazing achievement. No game has come close to that 27 days. The most
Yep.
I've had after that was
Yep.
about maybe 11 or 12 days, and that was MW3.
I feel you.
So
I feel you.
I hope I have a good feeling about this one that I might just surpass my Black Ops game time on that, cause I put in hours on Black Ops 1. So if you guys don't have anything else, let's start closing it up, cause it's gonna
Wait,
be
wait, wait,
one
wait. No, no,
long
no.
leg of a Tri-comm.
Oh, never mind. Never mind that. We can make another video regarding what I wanted to talk
Episode
about.
2.
Episode 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Another long ass commentary series brought to you by Evil,
Everyone.
and Chris,
Oh,
Pretty
and
much.
Charmander. Everyone. I got two. Damn it.
Wow, everybody's just like,
Sorry.
no, I mean I was talking about me, but I'm in this free for all game, and I'm just like, I found a good spot to control. It's pretty sweet, if I do say so myself.
nice, dude. Recording's over?
No, no, no. I'm still recording,
Oh.
but go ahead and start closing out, guys.
Alrighty.
So yeah.
All right. So this has been the infamous Chris,
That
and
you're
I
gonna call
promise to
yourself?
have well, I promise to have an official YouTube name sooner than later.
All right, and then Blair.
Oh, it's been Lunar, and just stay frosty and have a great day. I'll see you on Ghost.
All right, guys, and until next time, this has been Evil. Have a nice day, and peace the freak out.
Lame.
Let me know when you're done recording.
Yeah, I'm done recording.
Hello everyone, it's Lunar once again, or Blair, and I hope you enjoyed part 1 of my Tri-comm with Evil or Aaron and Chris, or AzureChris. I'm sorry, Chris, that your name wasn't on the screen as the commentary was playing, but I will link you in the description. Go check both of those guys out. Both their links to their Twitters and their YouTubes are going to be in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for part 2 of our Tri-comm series, and also part 3 of myself and Aaron's dual comm series. And also, if you'd like to see the most previous video, which was the first ever C4 shot on Call of Duty Ghosts by me, yes, thank you. It'll be on the Espeon on the left-hand side of the screen. If you'd like to see a random video that I chose all across the YouTube, please click the Umbreon on the right-hand side of the screen. And I hope you all enjoyed, and you have a great day.